Imagine this, you go to an ATM machine to withdraw some money. It first checks is your card valid. Then it checks is your PIN correct. And only after that it checks do you have enough balance. It's just not one condition, it's conditions inside conditions. And that's exactly what nested if statements do in Python. Hello, learners, welcome to your learning hub, the Learning Loop. I am Swati Sharma, and this is the 27th video of my beginner friendly Python course series. If you're joining me for the first time, thank you for dropping by. And if you haven't checked out my previous videos yet and you are starting out on your Python journey, I will highly recommend you to go back and check those out so that you are all caught up. Before we proceed further, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, I would recommend you to go and hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so you do not miss out on any future videos. In today's video, we will cover nested if statements, and with that we will wrap up the conditional statements topic in Python. So without a further ado, let's dive in. Let's first understand what are nested if statements. A nested if statement means placing one if statement inside another if statement. In simple words, Python will check one condition first, and only if that condition is true, it will go inside and check the next condition. It's like step-by-step checking process. Let's understand how we write it in Python. For nested if statements, I will start with normal if statement. So I would write something like if condition 1 colon. The same ways we have been writing our normal if statement, and then hit enter, and the next line would be intended, which means there would be 4 spaces left. And we will write our next if condition under this intended line, which is if condition 2. Now this space here is called indentation. Now the purpose of this indentation is it tells that this if condition belongs to this if block, which means that only if this condition 1 is true, then go to this intended line and run this condition 2. If the condition is false, it will skip this whole block. So what it does is it goes to first condition 1, check if it is true. Only then it goes to the condition 2 and checks if it's true or not. Now, now as I'm writing if condition 2, that is the nested if. Now it's called nested if because it is under another if statement. I'll put the colon same ways. The next line will be intended, and I would write print both conditions are true. Okay. Now, how it would run is, again, this line, that is print, is intended, which tells this print statement belongs to the condition 2. Now, how this will run is, the Python will come to the if statement, check the condition 1. If it's true, it go to the nested line and checks. It's another if statement. It checks the condition 2, and if it is true, it goes to the next nested line and print both conditions are true. Okay. If it goes to condition 1, checks. If it is false, it will skip everything and won't print anything. And if it is again, let's say true, goes to condition 2, and let's say this time condition 2 is false. Again, nothing will be printed. We can also introduce the else statement. Let's say for this if statement, we want an else statement, else. Okay. Now make sure else have the same indentation as of the if with condition 2, because only this indentation level will tell that else belongs to this if statement. So this is very, very important. Indentation plays a very, very important role here. So I have kept else at the same level at same intended level as of if, and I would write print condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. Okay. Now what would happen here is, let's say condition 1 is true. Okay, it goes to its intended line, check conditions 2, and let's say it's false. If it is false, it will go to its else statement and print condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. Because condition 2 is false, it goes to the else statement. And let's say if the condition 1 is also false, I can also write the else for this if statement in the outer if statement, and there would be no indentation here because I'm writing the else for this if statement. So I will write else and I'll say print all conditions are false. Now you can also add elif statements to this, and it will be the same as we did with normal elif statements. For example, I write if condition 1, and then obviously the next line is intended, telling that the next line belongs to the above if condition, and I write if condition 2. Now there are multiple conditions to check under that. Then I can write any block here. Let's say block 1, and then I write elif condition 3, block 2. Again, we make sure that this elif is in the same indentation level. Okay. And then you can write else or more if statements if you would like. Same ways, you can write elif statement for the outer if statement as well. You can write elif condition, let's say 1, 2, and you can write another nested if statement in that as well. Also, you can have as many levels of if nested if you want. Just make sure you keep intending them. For example, I can write if condition 1, then I can write the next nested condition 2. I can write then next nested condition 3. I can even write another nested if condition 4. With every if condition that I'm writing, the level of indentation is added. Like there is indentation in the next line, again there is indentation, and again there is indentation. This indentation will tell that this if condition belongs to the above if condition, this if condition belongs to the above block, this belongs to the above block. So which means how it will check if condition 1 is true or false. Only if condition 1 is true, it goes to condition 2. Then it checks if condition 2 is true or false. Only if the condition 2 is true, it jumps to the condition 3. Only if the condition 3 is true, it jumps to the condition 4. The flow would be from top to down, and you keep checking, and it will go to the next nested if statement only if the above if condition is true. The logic is same as we are using for the normal if statements, that if condition and then the block of code, right? So it just check this condition. If this condition is true, it goes to its intended line and runs that, right? We just added more if statements. All it is doing is check condition in front of the if statement. If that is true, it goes to its next intended block and runs that. And now because that's if statement, it again checks the condition and it becomes a nested if statements. I will be doing today's demo in Google Colab, and I will be pasting the link to this notebook in the description box below. So just in case you would like to come back and check the code out, you can go ahead and do that. In today's example, we will check a login system where we will have username and password, and we will use nested if to check that. We will put the username in the outer if statement, and only if the username is matched, it will go ahead and check the password. Otherwise, it will give us the error that's an invalid user. So let's quickly go ahead and write the code for that, and we will build more complexity to it to add multiple users or multiple passwords and check how we can build it further. So let's first give the variable username and write input and say enter your password, and the another variable password and say input, enter your password. So I will give the first condition, that is if username is equal to and I'll say admin. I'll put colon here, hit enter, the next line is intended, which means only if the first condition, that is if the username entered is admin, go to the next line and check if the password matches. So I'll say if password is equal to admin123, then print login successful, else print login failed. And let's put one more condition, one more message here, please check your password. Now you see this else has the same indentation level as of the inner if statement, which means this else statement is in response to the password condition. So if this condition fails, it will go to the else statement and say login failed, please check your password. And there is an outer else as well, which has the same indentation level as of if, or there is no indentation, and we say login failed, and I'll say invalid username. Okay, now let's quickly run it, and let's say I give the username as admin. I hit enter. Now it is asking me for the password, and I'll say admin123. And I'll hit enter, and you can say it says login successful, which means it first went to the username. See, okay, it's admin. Perfect. The condition is true. It went to the next line, which is intended, which means it belongs to this username is equal to admin condition if block, and check the password. I entered admin123, which means that is also true. So it went to its next intended line and printed login successful. Now let's again run it and say admin, and then I put password as password, hit enter, and you can see it says login failed, please check your password. So what again happened? It went to the first line, username admin, that's true, amazing. It went to the next intended line, that is if password is equal to admin123. Now that is not correct, that failed. So it went to the else statement, intended else statement, and printed login failed, please check your password. Because this else and this if has the same indentation level, that means this else statement belongs to the if statement with the condition password is equal to 123, and that's why we have this message printed, that is please check your password. Now let's again run it and say I say user, hit enter, and I say password again, hit enter, and you can see it says login failed, invalid user, which means it checked the very first condition, it failed, it never went to these lines and quickly went to this else statement and printed login failed, invalid username. Now let's say I want to have another user in the system. and I will just put elif in the outer with the outer if condition, and I say if, okay, yeah, I'll say if username is equal to user, password is equal to user123, print login successful, else say login failed. Okay, now let's try that. I put this, run it, and I say user, I password as user123, and you say it says login successful. So how it ran the whole thing? It went to this if statement, and the username doesn't match, so the condition is not met, it failed. So what it does, it went to the elif statement, it checked the next condition, normally how it would do in normal elif statements. So went to the elif statement, checked the username, it matched the username user, which means condition is met. Went to the next line, checked the password, that is user123, again the condition is met. Again went to its next intended line and printed print login successful. These indentations tells, like, which block belongs to which if statement. So the indentation is very, very important here. I want you to try something. Write a program to check if a number is a positive or a negative number. If it's a positive number, check if it's an even positive number or if it's an odd positive number. And if it's a negative number, check if it's an even negative number or odd negative number. Pause the video, try it yourself, and come back. And if you're able to solve it, let me know in the comments. I would love to see your answers. If you find this video helpful, please like this video, share it with someone who is learning Python, and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, happy coding!